Yeah, I want to just give Gordy the mic. I hope he does go into the complete dumpster fire of our healthcare system, because that was the first time I heard um, that there actually was a system in place in Canada. There was a working system. So I don't know if you feel like getting into that, Gordy, but I'm going to hand you the mic.
Well, I will. I hear these people always talk about, yeah, but we have free health care. We have free health care. Hell, they don't have any health care. People are lined up in the queues forever, and they're lined up because the magic is if you keep them in line long enough, they're going to die and you don't have to spend any money on them. And that's Alberta healthcare. That's Canadian healthcare. I had family that have made the trip down to the United States to get new knees and paid cash for it and had knees within. It took them 2 weeks to go through the pre-tests and all of that, and then all of a sudden they got brand new knees. $30,000 to have two brand new knees. Well, everybody says it's free in Canada, but when you figure out that taxes are about 30 or 35% higher in Canada, maybe higher now after Justin Trudeau, they might be higher, but let me tell you, they're paying dearly for their no health care program. So my dad had been struggling with his breathing for a little while, and both my wife and my wife had been in the medical industry, and she encouraged him to go and maybe get a second opinion and find out what was going on. Oh, he's all right. He said he knew he had a leaky valve. He had a valve problem, but he'd had it for a long time. So I went into the long-term care one night to visit with my mom, who was in long-term care. She had had a stroke, and while he was there, he wasn't feeling very good, and so he told the doctor. He said, "Doc," there was a doctor on call there. He said, I'm having a hard time breathing." He said, "I'm having a tough time getting my breath." And he said, "Well, come in tomorrow and we'll take a look at you." So my dad went in and the next day, and they said, "Well, you probably need to have a valve replacement." He said, "We'll reevaluate that in 6 months and decide if we can do it." Well, I'm going to tell you right now, in America, in the United States, if you go in there and you can't breathe and you got a heart problem, it might be 2 hours later, they'll have you in heart surgery. They don't mess around with hearts. They take care of it. So my dad said, "Well, that's fine then." So he went home, and it had been a Chinook. For those of you who don't know what a Chinook is, it's a warm west wind and it thaws everything out. It doesn't last very long, and then it freezes again. So there'd been a Chinook overnight, and then it had frozen, and the garage door was frozen down. My dad went out there with a bar to break it loose and get the ice chipped away so the door would open. And anyway, he had went from there back to the hospital to see my mom for Sunday morning service. And when he got there, he told her he wasn't feeling very good. He wheeled her from church down to her room. And when he got to the room, he dropped dead with a heart attack. And they couldn't save him. So that's Alberta healthcare. That's Canadian healthcare. They send you home, even though you're walking a fine line between life and death. They still send you home. Healthcare in Canada is just another way to liquidate the elderly. It's euthanasia of the elderly is what it is. They put you on a waiting list, hoping that you'll die before they have to spend any money to take care of your health care needs, your new hips, your new knees, your heart, whatever it is. So anyway, I don't have a very good taste in my mouth for
Gordon,
a healthcare program that taxes the hell out of their people and then never provides a service. And that's what's going on in Canada. And I'll argue with anybody all day long.
Sure.
about Canadian healthcare versus U.S. healthcare. U.S. healthcare, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. There are still issues with healthcare. I'm hoping that President Trump is going to iron some of those things out, but it is at least 1,000% better than what they have in Canada, and there is no doubt about it. So anyway,
Gordon,